Yo, what's going on? It's the one and only, and we're back, joined by none other than the one, the only, the Dominican mommy. New album out as of today, movie, Danileigh. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you? Good morning. I feel so good.
I appreciate you joining us this morning to do this interview. I know it's early over there. New album is out, movie. Tell us about the new project.
Man, I'm so happy it's out finally. I feel blessed. The feeling of it being out is just such a weight off my shoulder, and just like seeing the response of everyone, just everyone hitting me, like it's just crazy. It feels unreal.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. I heard the album this morning. I had it on repeat. I'm feeling the project. It's really dope. I'll tell you my favorite song in just 1 minute. But let me tell you something. I hear the growth on this project. The name of the project is called Movie. Kind of wanted to get, what was the inspiration behind it? Kind of give me, your input as far as the theme of it and what led to the project coming together.
Man, it's my life. I'm the type of artist that legit just goes in the studio and just records and just sings about how I feel or what I'm going through, you know what I'm saying? So I would say that. And it's been in the works of 2 years. Like there's songs in there that are 2 years old, but they're just so special and felt like they were so like long lasting that, it don't matter, it can work. They're just relatable, you feel me? So when I did and finally like picked the final track list of all the songs, I wrote out a script with each song title of the album, and it like created a whole story. And I was like, damn, like this really is like a movie. Like everything I like went through, everything like my life is just how it's all set up and everything. I'm like, this is a movie, like legit. So I wanted to do a visual album. I've been wanting to do that for mad long, and I finally had the time to really sit down and like make it, create it, write it out. So yeah, I did that and then wrote out the movie scripts and just, made it happen. So that's pretty much how it happened. I had the time. We was in quarantine. We had, but you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Well, before we go any further, you speak of movie because that's the name of the project. What is your actual favorite movie?
Everybody's asking me that. And I don't know if I have a favorite movie because I just like movies in general. It's funny. That's like a question I can never answer in interviews because I just don't feel like I have a favorite movie. I have a couple though. I love like Love and Basketball. I love Man on Fire. I like the Joker movie, the new one. I don't know.
So we got a title, Your Life, a movie. What would the name of your life be? What would the name of your movie be?
It was just movie because it's just a movie. That's why I named it movie because that's just all you can say. And it's funny because everybody like now all they're commenting is like, dang, it's really a movie. Like I love to hear that because that's why I like names it that.
No, absolutely. I actually watched the whole entire movie. Yeah, I saw it. It was amazing. It was great. Like I mentioned, you've demonstrated a lot of growth on this project from your previous material. I feel like this is really you coming into your own. And so on that note, I want to kind of go into your journey. Obviously it's been well documented that you started in dance. You kind of just developed. But at what point early on did you realize that this was what you were going to do, that you wanted to pursue a career as an entertainer, not only within, music, but also within dance? What was that turning point for you?
Man, I would say it was right when I signed to Def Jam because, at that time I was still dancing, but I got reached out from a couple labels and they wanted to see what's up. So I was like, you know what? Let me take these meetings and like see, because I was a little scared of like labels and stuff. I ain't gonna front. But I also was like, just living check to check, like as being a dancer. So it was like, unfortunate, it wasn't a lot of money and I wanted to live a certain lifestyle, So I met up with the labels and Def Jam was the best like route for me. And I was literally had a decision to go on tour because I was going to go on tour with Megan Trainor. And I took the meeting with Def Jam and I had to text her like, yo, like I'm about to get signed. Like I'm going to like stop dancing. I'm making that decision because I'm about to obviously come into some money and I need to just focus on being, an artist. And so that was like the decision right there, like made.
At what age did you start dancing though?
I started at like 12. My mom put me in like an Indian dance class when I was like 12, and we learned like I learned like all the culture stuff and like everything. And then at like 14 is when I started training in like jazz, ballet, and all that.
It's early. I know that you.
I'm surprised.
Actually, you know, I know that your mom was a dancer, correct? As well, your mom danced in.
My mama was in the like streets of New York dancing though. She was like one of those.
And then your siblings, your brother and your sister, also do music as well.
They do. My little sister's in a girl group, Bella Dos, and my brother's, you know, just Brandon Bills.
So you know, you come from this family of entertainers.
It's like a whole Hollywood. It's a real movie because I swear that's all we've known. Like when I moved out here, I was 16. I stopped school and everything, so it's all we've been doing. It's crazy.
So I asked that outside of your family, is there anybody in specific that inspired you, not only on the dance side but also on the music side? Whenever you were just kind of starting off, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I get inspired by my peers for sure. You know. Yeah.
It's all good.
I get inspired by my peers, you know, like, you know, just working and collabing with people. Even like I was on tour with Jeremiah as his dancer. Like it was crazy. Like Big Sean was there, YG was there, and J. Cole. It was a whole tour. And they was just on like watching. That was my first time being on the road, like seeing artists, like, I don't know, seeing rappers and like kind of like being in the like hip hop game. So it was just like cool to like see people in the bus making music, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like a whole new world. So that inspired me. Artists that have inspired me, like Drake, Aaliyah, Beyonce. A lot of artists have inspired me for sure.
And I asked that because Aaliyah pops out to me. You know, when I first came onto, you know, your music and I heard about you, the first vibe that I got was Aaliyah. So I didn't know how much of a role she played in terms of inspiring you. And you know, like you really remind me of a modern Aaliyah, to be honest with you.
That's fire. Thank you. Yeah, because it's funny because I would always try to find songs that I found it like sounding good on my voice. You know what I mean? Like, because I didn't have like a super crazy like belting range to sing. Like my voice was very like sweet and falsetto-y, and like I felt like Aaliyah had like the perfect songs for me to sing. So I loved her and her vibe, of course. Like,
well, you know, I have to ask, going back to this album, you know, one of my favorite songs on the album is Dominican Mommy. Me being Mexican American, you know, being a proud Latino, it meant a lot to me to hear you represent. How important is it for you to represent your culture, your people, our gente? You know, was that just something that you felt like was needed on this project to represent? Oh, by the way, I heard the Spanish single, by the way. That's fire too.
Falta, no? Yeah, that record is crazy. Man, I love like representing like Dominicans. Like there ain't a lot of Dominicans in the game, so it's fire that I'm Dominican and like get to represent my Dominicans. Like they're so supportive. Like it's crazy the support. Like people don't know me out there and like they'll just love me from the jump. Like so I love getting like to represent them. It is definitely important to me because, you know, both of my parents are Dominican. That's what I am, my blood. So, you know.
Hey, yo, J.O. actually told me to ask you if you rock with tamales. You know what I'm
saying? Not really.
Not really. But I was going to ask, you know, so now that the project is out, you know, what do you have in store next? I mean, obviously with, you know, touring not really being an option because of COVID right now. That sucks, by the way. You know, what do you kind of have in the works, you know, coming out of this project? Obviously, you're going to be working this project for some time. So kind of wanted to ask those questions, you know?
Well, thank you, God. I have a whole movie to, you know, keep it going and have people watch it. But you know me, I don't stop. So it's kind of like, I'm going to just keep going. And I'm at this point, it's really just like promoting the music and the album, like doing shows virtually, like everything is virtual. So I don't mind the virtual shows because I feel like it gives a chance for people to like see talent. Like visually. Like, you know, sometimes in live shows, like you can't like see it because either the sound's messed up or like some shit's going on. But it's like, you know, virtual is like you gotta have everything correct, like the sound, the visual, everything gotta be on point. So I'm gonna be doing that. Obviously, I can't wait for real shows to come back, but yeah, I'm gonna be doing that and keep dropping content pieces. I got more. I got a lot of things I shot in like VR for the movie of just like live performances and stuff. So I got a lot coming.
Well, you know, one of the questions that I absolutely have to ask you, you know, I watched a lot of your interviews. I did a lot of research on you yesterday, the day before, just kind of refamiliarizing myself with you. Obviously, you know, one of the things that they touched on a lot in these interviews is your connection with Prince. You know, I kind of wanted to revisit that, you know, going back to that time of your life, you know. How do you realize the enormity of that now? I mean, obviously, I'm sure you did then, but just getting an opportunity to work with such an iconic artist such as Prince.
Yeah, no, I like, you know, at that time, it was kind of like crazy because I was just like, what the heck, this is Prince. It's like being interested in like me and my talent, like it definitely made me look at myself as like, okay, like, girl, you good, like, you know what I'm saying? So it definitely gave me the confidence to like feel myself in that moment. But now it's like, even having stories or even the interviews about it, like it definitely is a big deal. Like, you know, like my stylist the other day was like, yo, if I ever met Prince, I would have fainted. And I was like, really? Like, that's so cool. Like, not that I didn't realize how big he was. Of course I realized that. But, you know, just getting to hear it again and just like, no, for real though. Like Prince was freaking Michael Jackson. Like he was an absolute legend. So, and I still got all the messages and stuff. I was actually looking at them the other day and I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. I still have it. We used to talk through Twitter DM.
Oh, really? Twitter DM?
I have all my Twitter DMs. That's so crazy.
I remember watching that you had said that he was real big on memes, you know?
What? He used to send me memes all the time. You know what's funny? I used to run his Instagram page.
Really?
Yeah, that was my first little job. He like paid me to do that. And I used to run his Instagram page. So everything he posted, like he would just send me the pictures and I would put all the captions and all that stuff. And I'm like, this.
Okay, I see social media manager. You know?
No, I what, like 18 years old, 19 probably at that time.
Well, yeah. So, you know, here's something I absolutely want to know because I think a lot of people get fixated on the end result and the process to get to that point. It's a long grinding road. You know, you've been grinding for a long time. Your journey, like we mentioned, you know, started as a dancer. You got a break early on, you know, with Prince, which that's not something that everybody can say, you know. What would you say has been some of the things that you learned along the way? And, so, you know, if you could go back in time and maybe talk to a younger version of yourself or a young artist that's aspiring to break into the business, you know, what would you say that advice would be?
I would have been like, do that movie right now, girl. It's going to blow. I don't know. Like, I'm very, like, stubborn person. I guess I would be, like, be less stubborn and just, you know, type of thing. I don't know. Just tell myself, like, you know, you're going to get there and be patient. I don't know. I'm really, like, content with my, like, life and, like, the place. You know what I'm saying?
I guess the question would be, what are some of the hardships that you endured and experienced along the way? Because I'm sure there have.
Don't give these men chances, girl.
And you know,
that would be my advice to myself. I'd be like, girl, what are you doing?
Oh man! So let me ask you, what is your favorite song on this album? You know, because I got mine, but I'll share mine here in a second.
It's so hard. I feel like I love all of them, but obviously I'm going to try to pick one. I think Situations is so beautiful. I love that song. I think Superstar is beautiful as well. Like, oh my God. I think Diamonds on Me is like a hit. Famous is my shit. I love Famous. I legit like freestyled that song, so it's deep into my heart. And yeah, and it's like, you know, I love Bullshit, Mistreated. I love a whole bunch, but I would say those.
Yeah, absolutely. Love the project. Diamonds on Me is what's on repeat for me, though.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I was like probably like 5 or 6 songs into the project. And I was like, that's my favorite. Nah, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
But then
it's so funny. You said what?
Then I got to Diamonds on Me, and then I started repeating. I was like, oh, that's my favorite now, you know?
Yeah, that's lit. No, people are happy I did like a more R&B album, I could tell. But a lot of people's favorites is Diamonds on Me. And I'm like, y'all like my little trap, Danny.
Absolutely. Well, you know, that's Trap Danny. Let's go back to Spanish Danny real quick. Can we expect some more songs in Espanol here in the near future, the immediate future?
Yes, we're going international, baby. Like, what? After this album, like, next, I'm going to do like a little 5-6 song project. I already got more records from Tiny because we locked in for like 3 days. That's when I made Falta, and we got like 10 records. I'm not going to use all of them because I just want to do, you know, short and sweet and grab my Spanish features. So that's like the next plan for me, like, and just, you know, grab, because I know Movie about to do it, is about to do like US and internationally, but obviously more US because it's English. But next is like tap into that other side of the market, so and then just keep going and go crazy. So,
well, I know that you have a lot of names on this project. You have, you know, Ty Dolla, you got The Baby, you got Party Next Door, you got, you know, Yella Beezy. The list goes on. The Spanish side. Is there anyone in specific that you want to work with that you haven't had an opportunity to work with yet, or that you could see yourself working with on that project?
I definitely want to work with Bad Bunny. I know that's like a reach because he's like so big. It's like, but I'm putting it out there. Him, I want to work with Rosalia. We need to do a dance video of like a visual. To be honest, like Beyonce, Shakira type shit. What? And then I want to work with Sedge. I love his voice. Like, he's so fire. Who else? J Balvin. That's the homie. So I'm sure that'll happen. I mean, yeah. I think that's it for now.
Yeah, well, we'll be looking forward, you know, for that project when and if it, you know, drops and when it drops. But yo, Danny, just real quick, Movie is out now on all digital platforms, Spotify, Apple. You can watch the movie. Where can we watch the movie at?
You watch it everywhere. It's on Tidal. It's on YouTube. It's on Apple. It's on... I think that's it. I don't know. It's on everything. I mean, just Google Danileigh movie. You'll find it.
And then we're going to be looking forward to the sequel to the movie. You know? Hey, but no, I appreciate you joining us on the show. Anything that you want to say to your fans on the way out?
I love you guys. Thank you for watching my movie and supporting me and everything. I love you guys. Thank you.
Appreciate the time so much.
Yeah, no doubt.